friend is coming soon.
Things That Make You Go Hum, CIA Documents in Rockefeller Barn. By Joseph P. Farrell. I couldn't resist this one, but when I read the header and the email Mr. PK sent me along with the accompanying article, my first reaction was, you've got to be kidding. Well, no, they're not kidding, and you're going to have to read this one to believe it. The CIA forgot about a bunch of classified documents stashed in the Rockefeller's barn. It has long been contended in the alternative research community and even among some mainstream researchers that the CIA was in fact established not so much as an agency of the federal government, but as an intelligence agency for Wall Street and big finance, under the front of being a federal agency, conveniently paid for not by the obscenely rich, but by the American taxpayer. Think of it as the American version of the Most Serene Republic of Venice, a financial oligarchy disguised as a republic, complete with its own special version of the Council of Ten, the CIA, conducting its own foreign policy, espionage, and covert operations at the behest of said oligarchy, and making the citizens of Venice pay for it. Well, if there was any doubt about that view of things, it would appear to have been dispelled by this article, for ask yourself an important question: what are classified CIA documents doing in a vault in a Rockefeller barn in the first place? And not only that, but CIA security officers were called in to vet the property. The issue apparently be traced back to 1975, when then Vice President Nelson A. Rockefeller, or NAR as he is sometimes referred to in the documents, had asked Staff Security Officer Ralph Martin to have a vault at their Rockefeller estate in Pocantico Hills surveyed by CIA's security staff. That December, CIA officers surveyed the property and made several recommendations regarding security. After these recommendations were implemented, CIA's Director of Security, Robert Gambino, certified that the vault met the minimum physical security standards for the storage of classified material, including sensitive compartment information, SIF. To make matters worse, as the article points out, the CIA apparently had entirely forgotten about the matter of the off-site documents storage until it was apprised of the matter by a judge. Oh, and by the way, some of those documents apparently included genetic matters, no great surprise for the eugenics and race-obsessed Rockefellers. A CIA memo describes the vault itself. The vault was apparently located in the basement of Carriage House. In addition to personal papers, there were 3 4-drawer safes full of personal memoranda, generic reports, briefings and documents that ranged from limited official use only to top secret or code word classified. You'll note that in the document sample immediately following the above citation, reference is made to documents coming from several agencies as the source of the documents. In other words, the vault was full not just of CIA documents, but documents originating from other federal agencies. One can safely speculate on what these agencies may have been: FBI, NSA, and Departments of Commerce and the Treasury, among others. Then comes a stunner. The memo went on to note that while the facility technically met the criteria for TS/SCI storage, this was negatively impacted by the Rockefeller staff having the combinations to the safes, and that numerous staff had access to the vault. While there were alarms that would notify the Rockefeller security, there was apparently no procedure in place for coordinating with the U.S. government over a possible breach of these classified materials. Emphasis added. Following this, we're then informed that some of these documents became part of the Rockefeller estate. In order to prevent the full release of said documents, which might prove embarrassing to Mr. Nelson Aldrich Rockefeller, bearish the thought, they were then whisked away into the Ford Library and Mrs. Rockefeller was to control access to them, all of which gives a new perspective on those researchers who have maintained that Nixon was done in by the Rockefeller interests, via their plant in his administration, Mr. Kissinger, for his opposition to GATT General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, to bring in Mr. Ford who promptly ensured Rockefeller influence over the policies of the federal government by making Mr. Rockefeller his vice president. Whatever the truth or lack thereof of such speculations regarding the Nixon-Watergate era, One thing emerges from the whole story. 1. There was no precedent for the storage of classified files on private property after an official left office. 2. Nelson Rockefeller nevertheless continued to do so with impunity, all of which suggests that. 3. The suspicions of the CIA Wall Street link have now passed from the realm of speculation to a clear case that during a particularly significant period of American history, the pattern of this connection that began with Allen Dulles, CIA director, and his connections to the Wall Street firm of Sullivan and Cromwell, continued long after Dulles' demise and well into the Nixon-Ford years.
Please like us and share with your social media. Please subscribe and click the bell to be notified of our new videos.
Remember to check out our playlist for important intel you may have missed.
Be sure to enter our subscriber appreciation $100 monthly giveaway. The link is in our description.
And visit our sister channel. Event is coming soon. For additional intel and information,
Stay tuned.
Victory of the Light.